Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is DC Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the DC Universe.
Welcome everybody to the 1-year anniversary birthday extravaganza on the DC Movie News Show. We're all here.
We broke all the microphones with that opening.
Yeah, it spiked so hard I could hear it. Jonathan was probably cringing in the booth. Sorry,
right.
man.
Yes.
It's the energy, it happens.
It's cosmic. It's cosmic energy in here.
Hey guys, 1 year of shows and 0 movies to talk about. A
We
show
did.
about DC movie news.
Still going.
Not even a single movie in
Nope.
damn sight.
Couple of animateds,
I
maybe.
feel bad because a couple people in the comments are always like, you know, it was drag sometimes, and I'm just like, they're coming, guys. The movies are coming. We're gonna be going strong.
We managed to make it work. Thank you, everyone, for riding with us for this past year. Let's introduce everyone. First off, we are at DC Movies SK on Twitter, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. I am at Jay Quasto. This gentleman right here, very, very talented actor. In my opinion, he should be the Blue Beetle. You can find him on Twitter at Mike Kalinowski. He's Mike Kalinowski!
Thank you very much for having me get here, guys.
What's happening, brother?
Not much. It's I've been apart for since last February. I think I joined
been a
you
while.
guys. So it's my 3/4 of an anniversary with you.
Don't
guys.
worry, we're going to have a big
But
celebration.
you welcome me, and the fans out there, you guys have really welcomed me. So I
With
feel
open arms, bro.
Very welcome here.
With open arms.
No.
No?
With arms wide open.
With
Is
arms wide open.
that what you were trying to go for?
No, I was going Journey.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I think so. Once or twice.
They're
with
big.
open arms.
Believe when I say- Yeah, I
We're
know.
off to a great start. That gentleman right there is the host of Man vs. Child on the FYI network, also the host of FX Movie Download on FX, and he's also the worst mocker at Doghouse. I don't know what he's doing, but he's Adam Gertler. Follow him on Twitter at Adam Gertler. What's up?
Hello everybody. So good to be here again. With you talking about the DC comics and the things.
I just don't know what we're
Yeah.
going to get ever.
Nope, never
Like,
know.
what?
He's so good. Oh, did this Spike
So good
again?
to be here.
He's so very loud.
And our resident superhero. She
Supergirl.
is the crown jewel of this show. I'd say for 85% of you, the reason you tune in every single week. None
I think
of us
it's
are
more
offended.
90.
Probably more 90. You can follow her on Twitter at Roxy Stryer. He's pulling on
Mike
a cape.
doesn't know crap. Johnny sucks.
not a
Adam wants to
CGI
leave.
cape. I want
She's
everyone to
Roxy
know.
Stryer, everybody.
Thank
It's
you
like
guys.
Johnny sucks, Mike sucks, Adam's always going, and Roxy's voice. I just want Roxy's voice all over me. That's the
Okay,
comment.
well, first of all, I get as many bad comments about my voice as positive ones, especially all of the penises that are stuck in my mouth. Because my voice
what?
Is That's what people say.
No.
Is that PG-13?
You
We're
cannot
going there
say that
already?
within the first 5 minutes of the episode.
You just blew it away.
People are still watching with
Okay.
their parents. Mothers haven't left the room to make sure, like, oh, that seems like fair family entertainment.
Their grandmother's
already
listening.
said penises in the mouths, Roxy.
There are no actual penises in the mouth.
No, you that third time. No.
If I was a
fairness.
14-year-old geek with this show, I would be in.
Start over.
Okay.
Start over. Let's
I'm
start
gonna
over.
start over. What I
Roxy
wanted-
knows how to get views.
This is how I was you were teeing me up perfectly because you're playing with my cape, and I want to say shout out to Black Milk Clothing for sending me this really cool cape and this shirt. Thanks so much.
Yep,
I love
yep,
it.
yep.
And I'm so excited. Our 1 year full house. A lot of great stuff to talk about today, and I'm here with my guys.
Considering the four of us haven't been together in months, it's amazing we pulled it off.
Yeah,
It
we've
is.
been
It worked
together.
together.
We've been
Is it
together more
amazing?
times than the cast
Is
of
it?
Batman v Superman, I would say.
Yeah, we
It's
have.
close. It's pretty close. But we want to thank you guys, too, for, if you've been here since day one, we appreciate you. Whenever you joined along, this has been really, really cool. And, everyone tunes in for Roxy, but everyone's been pretty nice to the three of us, too, and that's pretty awesome.
I pissed some people off last week. I think so. But
I mean,
it's neither here nor there. It's a new
look,
week.
you
It's a
have
new
an-
week. We're starting over.
you have
Did, which
opinions?
is so funny
There's nothing
because
wrong.
I was
Yeah,
literally
well done.
here until the last 5 minutes. I go away to do
I
an
think you
Innocence
left. Yeah.
Sports Nation segment.
It's the chair, I think. Over
and
this side.
everything goes through the roof, and I hear Colin Kalinowski, and they're out and they're burning you in effigy and everything.
They were calling me a fake geek and this and that. I was just like,
Fake
holy.
geek.
You are so many things, but that is not one
That's
of them.
why that one guy. People talked some stuff, but I was just like that one comment. I was like, no, you don't.
First
I'm gonna
off-
take my 30 boxes of comics into my bed and bash them over the head with them.
Oh boy.
And he
But then
loves
I-
you guys at home very much, thanks to all of the fans that love Mike Kalinowski.
But the one guy we were going back and forth, I kind of defended my argument, and he was like, "Oh, okay, you're still cool though. I still like you, Mike." They always kind of chime that in, so I love the fans. I think they're great. They sometimes they send me like tweets in the morning, like, "Hey, Mike, have a good day." That's it. No DC stuff. Just have me.
To your credit, though, Mike, the fans are the reason you became the 4th superhero member.
That's
Yes,
true.
you guys. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't want to overstay my welcome, and you guys
No,
were.
We tried to
wanted
kick you
you.
off, but they
They were
wouldn't
like,
have it.
so
yeah.
you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
It's these guys that suck.
And I decided to wear the same thing that I wore on our very first episode. And let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we, with some pictures from the inception of the show. This is our very first meeting together at a coffee shop when we decided to just throw this whole thing together. And yes, I put a really bad filter on it.
Bright-eyed
All
and
right,
bushy tail.
Here's the thing. I have to describe this to the people on iTunes because if you're not watching this, I have the biggest problem with Johnny LaQuasto's frickin' filter choices. This doesn't even look like a real picture anymore.
I thought it made us look theatric.
You're trying to make us look like comic book characters.
Well, sure.
Little bit.
Look, Gertler's got a cool goatee in there.
What is
Yeah,
Gertler doing
what was
right
I
now?
doing with that goatee right there?
I don't know.
A year ago. Let's move on to the next picture. And that's our very first episode. Look,
Also a filter, but this one's a little better.
who's adorable.
That's a good filter.
Yeah. It's better.
Everybody. Who's adorable. That's from our very first episode. Moving on.
Oh, remember when we used to decorate the table like that?
More
Yep,
so.
and that's after Kalinowski joined the squad.
Yeah.
Gertler was out shooting television that day.
Oh, and we used to wear matching shirts. We should start doing that again.
We should start wearing everything matching.
I'll see if Black Milk will send you one of these. You want to wear this?
Are you kidding me? I'd love to wear anything he wants to send me.
Okay.
I don't care what it looks like. I'll wear it.
Fine, for sure.
You hear me? I take a medium or large. Let's do it. Next picture. And this is us
Hey,
from
that
Comic
was
Con.
fun.
Comic-Con.
And that's Robot Roxy.
Remember how everyone was like,
Grayscale Roxy.
everyone was like, why is Roxy so sick?
You
Why
were
does she look
so mad at
sick?
me for posting
This
that
picture,
picture.
because of all the pictures, this is the one you decided to post. Look at my face. Are you?
People seeing this
Are
picture
you
right now for the
kidding
first time are like, oh, that's who everybody goes crazy about everything?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
You were not pleased with me when I posted. I thought it was
No.
great. I was like, you look great.
You post things because you liked your hair in this picture. I like it too. You're still a jackass in my book. I love you.
Roxy, you need to send that picture to Charles Roven
Oh my God.
and be like, hey, can I please watch an early screening of Batman v Superman, please?
Got it.
God,
I will
it's like-
dress in grayscale. Moving on. And finally,
Oh, it was cool.
we've had amazing people do really, really cool stuff for us, and they decided to turn us all into characters. And this is the foursome that we have here.
That was awesome.
Pretty dynamic
Although
foursome.
I think that you guys all look really hot in these, and I kind of look scary.
But you-
Like
you
a
should-
you're
scary
Harley Quinn.
Harley. Yeah, I know.
I'm
They did an
wearing the
amazing
same
job.
outfit today.
I want to bring
actually.
something up about how we get talking about Harley Quinn. I got to bring something up.
Okay, I'll
Remind me.
you.
Remind me.
I'll remind you.
Hit me on the back of the head or something.
East Blue Drew says these look like really bad yearbook photos, and I love it. I feel very similarly.
See?
That's
appreciate
awesome.
you.
I like it. That's good. Good
So, let's get to the news, everybody. And then we're going to close the whole episode with a bang and a celebration. All right, Charles Roven has been just busy talking.
foaming at the mouth. He is.
A lot of...
He seems to be the new sort of mouthpiece for DC, like sort of the
Feige?
Feige that we've been looking for, because it's, you know, we've kind of put that mantle on Snyder. Tsujihara has been doing some talking, but now this guy is like, I got this.
But as of what point? I feel like this is all very recent that he became.
I
our
think he's
Feige.
chomping at the bit. Like he wants to start. They want to start talking about this movie. It's been what 2 years now.
Yeah, but he's been involved. I mean, he was involved with all the Nolan films, so he's the sort of the connectivity that is remaining from Nolan to these films. He was a producer on that franchise, and yeah, so there's a lot of Roven news. So we'll call this first segment Roman with Roven.
We can call half this episode Roman with Roven.
Yeah,
How long did it take you to think of that?
I just right now that just happened.
That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's when you host two national television shows. You got that kind of improv
You got to
skills.
just
Damn right.
be in the moment.
You just got to go with it. Be in the moment as a squad, everybody. So kind of Suicide Squad. All right, moving on.
Some kind of.
Here's a quote from Charles Roven. He said, "We bring in really talented filmmakers. We call it the sandbox. The series of movies we've announced are somewhat interlinked. The characters move at a through line that will hopefully take us all the way to Justice League DOS, but they can also interact in other films in some way." And basically, he was also saying things that nothing is set in stone, so it allows him to mix up current and future stories with origin tales. And he compares it to taking a road trip, but deciding on taking like a different freeway as opposed to like the other way. but same destination.
I love these comments because it kind of it's a lot of what we've heard, but much like a lot of the best series today, like I love Walking Dead, I love Game of Thrones, I used to love Lost. I love it when you're telling a bigger story and then one chapter can be just a side chapter that fills you in. You know, so we're living with a character. We have a lot of questions about that character, but they're a part of the story. We're with it. Oh, wait, here's an episode or a chapter or film that brings you up to speed with that character. Lost did that so well. The Leftovers is doing that really well now too. So I love this, and I love applying that idea to a cinematic universe, and as opposed to Marvel kind of saying that we're not necessarily, at least this is what I get from this, we're not moving in necessarily a chronological order from film to film to film, which is kind of unique.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Marvel is doing that?
I think they are.
I think so too. It's all connected.
Yeah, but it's all. This happens after this. After this.
Marvel's very organized, whereas DC is like, we're just gonna have fun with it.
But it is a roadmap though, and he says we are getting to.
They
a place.
planned it out. Yeah, I think DC kind of is playing catch up in the sense that we all thought they were going to do the same thing that Marvel did with going kind of in reverse though, doing Justice League and then spinning off to the other characters going forward. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, but they didn't. They go, you know what? We're doing this different thing.
It sounds different.
So I enjoy that. We talked a little bit last time with they could build to a crisis where they've got all these different universes, all these the TV, the movie. It's all.
I don't think that that's what it's building to personally.
No, of course.
I mean,
it could be.
And Rowan made other comments actually regarding the TV universe, very specifically,
which we're
saying
to.
that that's not going to happen.
Which we are getting to, but
I don't think that this has anything. Just jumping back, has anything to do with a lack of organization on their part. I think it has to do with room for creative development, and they aren't exactly positive which things are going to come up and what they're going to want to use. So they're kind of keeping their options open, which is smart.
Yeah, and you see and I'm not bashing. Marvel's got their thing and it's working, but you do see a lot of creatives being hampered with the Marvel universe, where a lot of big time directors, they're dropping out because they can't tell their story because Marvel's their ship is going and they know where they wanted to go. And they've got some freeway. It seems like with DC, it's like you bring an idea and a director is like, oh, you want to tell this guy's different story that's not, after Justice League? Okay, go. We love that idea. Go with it. Totally. I think it's a nice sandbox to play in.
So somebody was just asking, I got this shirt at Comic-Con.
There you go.
From one of those big, T-shirt things when they have
so many shirts.
You're going to answer that. They wanted to know where Mike got his leather jacket that he always wears too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were asking in the chat before.
This is going to sound really snobby, but it was custom made for me.
It does indeed.
It was a gift that was custom made.
It does indeed.
I've never gotten more compliments on a piece of clothing in my entire life. It's my Indiana Jones jacket to me. I'm having a black one made now.
Custom. Wow. Did it come with a whip and a hat as well?
No, it didn't. But it was made for me with I had to send my measurements to the guy and he made it for me.
And a pair of khakis.
Congratulations.
I love
so
it.
yeah, I mean overall, I think these are great comments.
What
I think I'm very happy to hear these about the films.
Yeah, I think it's great, Hey.
All right, what's next? Roman with Roven.
Well, Roman with Roven, we're talking Suicide Squad. He also had some things to say about that. Number one, that we are not going to see anything more Suicide Squad related until probably, I believe, February.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is fine. I mean, I don't think anyone's...
Makes sense. You have one movie coming out before that should probably garner most of the attention.
Right.
Absolutely.
And see anything doesn't mean that we're not going to hear anything. And these people have been leaking things very slowly, all the actors and whatnot. So it'll still be in the news.
Mm-hmm. And we've talked before about how apparently Jared Leto is method. Well, apparently he's real method.
Yeah, so the story is that, Will Smith, you may have heard, we talked about a couple weeks ago, said he never actually met Jared Leto. Apparently, he would only come to the set when people fetched him by asking for Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Which I guess could also stand for Mr. Jared, but, in this instance, I guess we're supposed to assume that it's Joker.
Feels if it didn't. Feel like he would have developed that nickname earlier on. We would have heard about that on another set.
Exactly.
Point taken.
So this is either a lot of smokescreen or they're going really out of the way for everyone to let us know that Jared Leto was really, 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 really into playing the Joker.
Hey, good for him.
Sent all types of weird gifts.
It's just so interesting that I feel like, why don't we just accept the fact that he's a method actor every single week?
I think because it's the Joker and it lends itself. Because I think he was like this on Dallas Buyers Club when he played his character. He was like that offset too, and no one really drew attention to it because it was in mainstream enough.
Oh yeah, this is much more high profile. But it's also, it seems like it's a lot of noise at this point because this is already a character that's been played so successfully by a number of actors. So it's like it's almost like just let it speak for itself.
Is that why it's high profile, or is it because of Heath Ledger that it's high profile?
Oh no, it was high profile when it was Jack Nicholson.
No, I'm talking about what he's doing. Why it's the method acting every week.
Oh, I'm sure that is part of it. Absolutely, yeah, that's definitely part of it. But it's a super high profile
and because
character.
It's so
regardless.
different than anything we've seen. If he was more kind of traditional Joker, I don't think we'd be getting this. But everything we're seeing is something we've never seen before with Joker.
It's a lot of hype that it really needs to cash in on. It really needs to deliver.
Right. I mean, everything we're seeing is crazy outlandish, and it's got to land.
Can I say something?
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
talking Suicide Squad, and we talk about these characters finally being brought to the big screen. I came across something, and I took a screenshot of it, and I don't remember if it was a Reddit or an AMA, one of those question and answers. And we're talking about these characters. Harley Quinn, introduced in the animated series, was, 23
Oh yeah,
years
by
now.
the way, you wanted me to remind you to mention something
Thank
about
you.
Harley Quinn.
I saw the look. You
Now
gave
would
me
be
the
a good
look. Now would
time
be it.
to do that.
Oh, this is that thing.
This is it.
92.
You know, and she was
92.
she has evolved over 22 years, and that's what these writers have taken with her. But we are getting the first big screen inclination of her, and this girl went off. So let me read it for you. Harley Quinn is a woman who dropped a fight when she figured out Black Canary was pregnant and sat and talked with her and visited with her in the hospital with the baby gifts. She's a woman who has a doctorate degree who can break into Arkham with only a handful of objects, something no Batman villain can do. She's a woman who knows she's been abused and is working past it. She's a woman who called Dr. Fate out on his ship because some of us went to school and earned that title. Dr. Harley Quinzel is a complex character who is probably going to be reduced to shooting sex toy in Suicide Squad. Nothing more is disappointing. So this girl just went
Who
off.
said this?
It was a woman. I'm assuming.
She tweeted to you?
Because her name, I don't know what screen names, but it was in like a comments, and I was reading these comments, and I was just like, this person's complaining that we're not getting this grand Harley Quinn that has evolved over 22 years. We're getting their essence of her. Maybe this whole character will grow in the DC universe.
Isn't that every single character
Plus,
that we see on the
but
screen?
she was just so spewing this hate, and I'm like, we're getting Harley Quinn on the big screen. It's like,
And she's making assumptions about a character we are not going to see for 9 more months.
right.
Like,
She's
who knows?
like,
We're going to
basically
see her as a doctor. We're
Basically
going to see
saying we're taking this strong woman and just making her a sex toy object in this movie. And so they were upset. I was like, for this storyline, from what we're seeing, you're seeing that we've seen the Joker and her sitting opposite each other. So she was the doctor at this point.
When she premiered, I mean, and I could be wrong, but when she premiered on Batman the Animated Series, I don't think any backstory about her being a doctor
and they created
any of
all
this
that
had
eventually.
happened at that point.
There was the one
There's
Mad
always
Love
been-
they did eventually.
There's always been a certain amount of sex appeal to the
Yes.
character. That's certainly a part of it. And I think what makes any comic to film translation great is using all the years of source material and to distill from that a really rich character.
So you don't think just picking one version, you like to take little pieces from multiple different versions over the years?
It just all informs it. You know, I'm just saying that there's a lot to distill from. It doesn't mean that you should throw everything into the soup, but when there's a lot to draw from, you'll get a more layered character. So I think you're right, Johnny. Like, we haven't seen the character, so to get so up in arms about something that you haven't even seen is kind of a silly argument. I mean, you can make all those points after the film, but like beforehand, just based on a trailer, it's kind of ridiculous.
When she first appeared, she was in a fully head to toe covered except for her face, and now she's been
A
more
Jester's
kind of,
outfit.
Yeah, more kind of objectified as she's gone on. But like Injustice, the game, she was drawn like this, and these points she's talking about calling Dr. Fate out and stuff. And in the Injustice game, she's wearing next to nothing in half the time in some of the costumes. So it's like this one person, and everyone else that was commenting under it was just kind of obliterating. It was saying, no, relax. But I was just like, see that.
Let us not forget, we've seen in photos, we're going to see her as a doctor.
Yeah, so it's like...
People in the chat are furious about this comment that you just read. They're furious.
Like, they think it's terrible?
Yeah, they think that they're not into her. They want us to move on. They don't even want to give this woman
All right,
I think it's true. I think
Sorry,
it's true.
guys.
No. They're glad you read it. But
I think the thing is, like, look, the reason why we're all so passionate about these things is we all feel a certain amount of ownership. Obviously, this woman made a strong connection
And
to
she's
this
been
character.
empowered by her. That's great.
Just like we all have with a lot of these different characters.
And that's great. And hey, if she loves that, she's still got the comics. She's got the animated series. That's their Harley.
Yeah.
This could be a whole new world of girls growing up with this Harley, and that's fantastic.
So, okay, before he goes any further with that,
I'm
what
sorry,
else?
I'll leave
What
that
else
alone. What else we
we
got?
is on Roven Watch?
More Roman with Roven.
don't you dare close your eyes.
Was that from...
A whole new world.
Really? You tagged it after it was closed? You tried to open the gate back up and jump back on? It was so clearly shut down. The train left the station.
Supergirl.
You don't understand how
She
much
can do what she wants.
I can do it. I do what I want.
Here
Oh,
come the
you're
comments.
so damn empowered.
Roman with Roven, the Flash movie version will be disconnected from the TV Flash. It's obviously due in 2018. There's going to be no connection to what we've watched and enjoyed on the CW. His quote is, "Our Flash is not going to be that guy," even though obviously he says Grant Gustin's doing a great job. They said they're in the very early script stage, and he's supposed to make an appearance in BVS.
Okay. I never thought that the Flash was going to be the same version as the TV Flash. We've heard the whole time that they weren't. But did anybody look at this and think that we might not be seeing a Barry Allen on screen?
I didn't, because it's already been said that he would be Barry Allen.
Yeah.
It wasn't absolutely said. It was kind of.
They keep hemming and hawing.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think they do that because they don't want to hamper the writers into you've got to do Barry Allen. Because
But
there are
I
certain
didn't
things
think
that come with Barry Allen.
I didn't think that. I still
I'm not
assume
thinking
it
that
will be,
either, but
I
it
think
was,
he's Barry, though.
Okay.
I mean,
but based on we talked about the suit and how they're doing extra,
the padding,
yeah,
and the technical
whatever it
stuff,
is,
It's
gonna
trying
be a
make it look
different approach, yeah.
So this wasn't really news. This was just confirming that it's not the same
Right.
Barry Allen.
Yeah.
That's what we assume.
Yeah, but he goes on to actually just say that just like I like what they're doing on Arrow, just like Supergirl, Gotham, he points out that they're all being successful in their own right, but they're telling a totally different story in
Yeah.
the films. And at least for me, that's all I've ever wanted. Like, I didn't want them to do... I enjoy some of the crossovers that Marvel does, and I love that DC is doing something different. I'm up and down, as you guys all know, about some of the DC shows on TV, but I want the movies to be separate. I think the size of the movies necessitates that they can't have the connectivity with the TV.
Yeah, sure.
It's just going to be too huge of a story, too huge of from an effects point of view.
Plus, it'll give us something to look forward to. We're already enjoying the CW show, so all right, we're going to get something a little different.
Yeah. I don't really understand why people need it to be the same, actually. Like, how often have you gone from a TV show with the same cast to a movie and it worked?
The tough thing
Name
with
me a
that
couple
is-
of times that has
you-
worked.
you know,
Sex and the City, you're going to
The
say?
first one.
I was not going to say Sex
But
and the City.
I would
at
say
all.
that.
I will
all
say
day, every
Entourage?
day.
No.
I thought it worked.
I'll say this too, and this is maybe from a different perspective. Sometimes taking a TV, which is a TV actor, and that's such a old school word because it's
Barry
really
Wallen.
back and forth.
Agreed.
It's Bolly
When
Wallen.
they come to a movie, it's just
Gary
there's
Allen.
something with you're occupying this much of a space with someone as an actor, as opposed to a big screen. And some people don't have the charisma to carry, and that's why they're called. They just have that presence. A movie star has that presence. Putting Henry Cavill on a CW show, would you do it? And would it feel weird?
Yeah.
It would just be awkward. It would.
I just think
And
he's-
that's why with Brandon Routh never took off as Superman. There was just something. He was a great Superman. He kind of channeled Chris Reeve, but it just didn't work. But on CW, he fits, and it's
Interesting.
it's
Last night when I went to watch some of the shows, I caught some of the tail end of Superman Returns was on, and it was just so weird. The scene in a helicopter where he's got like kryptonite in him, and like it's a James Marsden action helicopter sequence. It goes on and on. I'm like, Superman's just in the back of this helicopter. It just all seemed very awkward. He seemed not like a Superman. You know, and maybe that was Singer's point with the film. And as much as I respect him as a filmmaker, it just so clearly didn't work because he's got to come off godlike. And Cavill,
He does.
He
He
And
does.
for a while, when I couldn't realize it, when you'd see TV shows become movies, and I was like, why does it seem different? And it's because TV is shot differently. It's lit differently. It's different stock of film if they're using film. So when they're on the screen, it just... I guarantee if you took the entire Flash cast with their sets and whatnot and you shot it like a film, it'd look weird to everyone, and you wouldn't be able to put your finger on why, but it would just be weird.
Sure.
So I think they're very smart in keeping that separate.
Somebody in the chat saw you on a TV show.
Yeah, I just
Mike.
asked what show because
gosh.
you've been on so many.
Yeah.
Oh God!
What show was it?
I don't know.
Let us
See,
know.
I asked.
boy.
We're still now we're calling him Alan Barry.
Bart Allen.
Bart Allen. So listen, these comments are
The
encouraging.
Vampire Diaries.
That was on.
Hey, all right.
My
CW.
Did you get bitten?
I did. Yeah, I did. I bitten by a vampire, so I could still come back. I could come back.
Oh, hell yeah.
There was fan fiction made of my character.
Really?
The Vampire Diary people are really cool. Very,
one of them.
Very cool fans.
I love
and
that
they
show.
they love that show.
That is amazing.
yeah.
You lucky bastard. You were fan
I was
fictionized.
fan fictionized.
That's dope.
But anyway, I digress.
More Roman with Rovid. He does say that BVS is not going to be overstuffed with too much. I'll give you his exact quote, and then we can expound on that.
Please.
All right.
Expound.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna expound.
We're gonna expound. Is that a right word? I think. It's
I think she tried to bust you for improper use of that word, and I'm gonna have to throw a yellow card on Roxy.
Is it improper? Is it improper?
No. I think you used it right, and card has been called. No penalty. Proceed with your comments, Roxy. That's 10 yards.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
First down, Quasto.
I don't even know why I did that, Johnny. You're my favorite person in the room, so.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. Hey,
Roxy just likes to show everybody how smart she's not.
it's a celebration.
That's true. My vocabulary is crap. Keep going.
All right. Quote.
Okay.
Yes.
Just give me your charger.
Yeah, we're good. You good?
Are you Little Red Riding Hood?
Here, you want this charger?
Yeah, I do.
Here, I got it for here.
There you
I
go.
do, so I can talk.
Computers are dying
what
left and right. I'll give you the quote. Here we go. As Adam is now Little Red Gertler Hood.
Favorite.
Quote Charles Roven, I don't think it's an issue for the film at all. I really don't. There's a reason the film has the title it has. So you're going to invest mostly in Batman vs. Superman, and I think you'll find other characters in there that you'll hopefully want to see more of. He also says more footage from the film would be seen before the end of the year. Hot damn.
That was also, I think in that same article, he talked about how he doesn't think we'll ever see a 4-hour movie.
What was it? Because that was a rumor this week?
But he does say that we will see
an extended cut.
I think that was the wording that he said it because, I mean, think about it. I'm sure they shot enough for 4 hours. And we would sit through 4 hours.
Listen.
But audiences, movie studios and movie theaters, they don't want a 4-hour movie because they can only show it 3 times a day.
Here's the
thing,
thing,
they want it
man.
within a certain frame.
I don't know how long a cut that they will do completed effects for, right? Because the vis effects are the most expensive part about making these films.
Right.
However, when I was thinking about it, I was like, whenever they try to, like, if they re-release Batman v Superman, obviously if it's a huge hit, people will go to see an extended cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the biggest opportunity potentially here in doing a longer cut, just to address that for a moment, is the slagging of Blu-ray sales these days.
Yeah.
So is this potentially, like, if you do invest a film like this and invest another like $25 million in effects and that are exclusive to the Blu-ray and the home market, does that perhaps potentially reinvigorate that quickly dying market? Because with digital downloads you don't get extra content.
Yeah.
Red boxes is like a temporary band-aid. I don't see that being around too long. It's really like people are abandoning like the purchase
I'm
of
old
hard
school,
copies.
so I always buy this stuff.
But you are old school, and
old
then
school.
these guys are looking to the future.
But I feel like a movie like this, though, is going to be so just... I don't even know the word I'm looking for. Huge is too easy of a word.
Massive.
Monumental.
Iconic. That I do think you're right. I think if they do throw in an extended cut, people will actually go out and throw out the coin for that.
To go see it in the theater.
Not just that, for like an extra extended cut DVD.
Yeah. Well, again,
People in the chat, Matthew just said maybe a 3.5-hour cut. I think that's more realistic.
But look at, here's a
smokes.
great idea. Look at, and we got to understand they're under the same umbrella. It's all Warner Brothers, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings stuff. Even with Hobbit, they are still releasing these giant director's cuts. So
they've had a lot of success with
and
it.
it's a Warner Brothers property. It's not like we're looking at different studios. So that is in our favor to say we might get this 4-hour epic.
I will say this: I'm of a split mind a little bit because I always like a longer movie, especially when you don't feel it. Like I didn't feel it on The Martian, but Man of Steel,
Loved it.
I thought it felt a little long to me at times. Like I thought that was one of the issues I had with Man of Steel.
Interesting.
Where they were
Little
one of
long.
the extended.
We got to do a watch along of that.
Little long.
We got to.
Listen, we will. And listen, I just found out
You don't
yesterday.
even show up for a watch-along.
One.
We had one. We had watch.
You had a watch along. I
mean,
couldn't.
I just
All right,
found out
pay back
very
your
exciting
charges.
news yesterday that FX Movie Download is going to next be doing Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Can we?
And I want to thank people in the chat room because people actually tweeted about it, and I'm like, please let them know.
Nice.
Somebody was like, yo, you guys should do that. And then I got my wish yesterday.
Ultimate cut of Watchmen 2 he talked about. I remember that came out. That was the huge 3-hour.
Can
We're in the middle of
Watchmen.
congratulating
Yeah.
you.
Could we go to set that day and annoy
You are
you
hating
and
me
Sasha?
today. I hate it.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Come and have craft services and all that good
I'm
stuff.
on board. I'm in. Let's do it.
Oh my god, it'd be awesome.
Yes. So I'm excited that that's happening. But
So
yeah,
everybody will have to tune in. You'll have to
long
let
is
everybody
good. Long is good.
Yeah, hey. And we
Sometimes.
know the fans will
if
go
it's
for
good,
it.
long is good.
We'll go for it. It's the sales and we got
somebody was
the
also
general
pointing
public.
out, I think Roven also points out, like somebody asked, well, are there certain characters that would be in an extended cut that wouldn't be in the shorter cut? Because wouldn't that affect how you're rolling out the films in
No,
the greater
that-
story?
it's
I wouldn't want to see that. I
To
would,
me-
would want the same character.
what you'd always get is it's a scene of Alfred in the Batcave with Bruce. It's just a longer scene of that. they film more. There was more to the scene. For editing, editing a movies they talk about is made 3 times. One in pre-production, one when you're shooting it, and one when you're editing it.
Yeah.
It's made 3 different, and you could get 3 different films in that. So we don't know right now. It's locked, I would say, and I've heard rumor that it's been seen a lot by people in Warner Bros. They've showed it
But
a lot.
Roven also says that they're still like editing it and reworking
Sure,
it.
and
So
they're tweaking. Are we getting to the point though where it's too much tweaking that they're doing? Where they just need to go, we need to step away from this thing, or we're going to tweak the hell
I'm
out
excited for Christmas. Apparently, we're going to see something new.
okay, so let's talk about this with Star Wars. How many trailers we're potentially seeing? Batman v Superman, Captain America, Civil War.
It's going to be a half hour of trailers.
And Apocalypse.
Yeah.
All happening because every big movie wants to capitalize on the fact that more people are going to be in the theaters that week in December than have ever been in the theater
I'll be
in
there.
any December ever.
My parents just moved to California. I'm buying me, my brother, and my parents tickets to go see Star Wars on Christmas Day.
Did you? Okay, and have you got these tickets already? Or?
No, I'm actually going to see them tonight.
Best get on that, LaQuasta.
I know. Well, they just got their house. I'm driving up tonight to see it for the first time, and while I'm doing nothing, I'll go on the internet.
I love going to the movies on Christmas Day, by the way.
It's the best.
It's a Jew thing to do.
It is definitely a Jew thing to do, is Asian food and
Hey
multiple
now,
movies.
let's not
Hey,
get that what's wrong
it's
with
my Jew thing to do. It's what this
It's
Jew
my
does.
Jew thing to do also.
Well, it's also a displaced LaQuasto family, Pennsylvania,
Do you go to the
California thing
movies on
to do.
Christmas?
That's what
and
we're doing.
Thanksgiving?
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah.
it was just a Jewish thing.
No, I'm Catholic. It's a Catholic thing.
Wow.
Don't you
I don't really
do
practice.
My
presents
girlfriend is
or something?
Christian. If I spend time
Yeah,
with
but
her
it
on
might.
Christmas, it may affect my plans. But this year, you've got the Quentin Tarantino and the 70mm thing possibly happening.
Crazy.
And then there's another Western kind of thing. There's a lot of good... Oh, The Revenant. Oh, there's a lot of good movies.
Christmas. Everyone's gonna be in the
This
theater.
December is looking ridiculous from a film point of view.
My popcorn belly is gonna be out
Oh,
of control.
it's so good.
And in the meantime, we'll have another trailer that you can check out. That was my little teaser for you.
So, what would you guys want to see in like a new trailer? Like, do you guys want to hear these
I don't
characters
want to see
talk
anything
a
more.
little bit?
I don't need anything.
You don't want to see anything more.
It's
know.
kind of like
Okay, but
Star
you know
Wars.
you're getting
I've seen
one,
too
so-
much.
I want to see
I
it
haven't
kind
seen
of
too much.
rearranged and makes me more excited. But
I
wanna see
don't
it.
need to see anything else.
No, I like
Yeah,
to.
I'm good.
That's
But
me.
okay, but knowing that it's coming, what do you think that they're going to show? What do you think that they should show?
I would like to see Wonder Woman talk or more.
Yeah, I think we might get a line out of her.
But
even
again,
like-
she's
yeah.
she's not in it that much in this. And like they're saying it's so maybe
They're not going to reveal any more Aquaman. That's for sure.
If they
if
revealed
there
any.
even was, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
what do they need? They don't need to show anything.
But listen.
I'm good.
Okay, it's coming. That's not the question I
a
posed
Bruce
to you.
Lex face off, some kind of
There you go.
Bruce and Lex coming to blows about talking about something. I like to see a little bit of that.
I like to see these trailers that have sort of like a theme to it. So we just read those comments about Lex's point of view about manipulating Superman and Batman to go against each other. I would like to see a trailer with that theme. I think you hit the nail on the head. What I want to see is a trailer from basically Lex's point of view of the whole film, but kind of showing how, and what Charles Roven just basically pointed out was like, you will see why these two are against each other.
Do you think that's what
the
they're
film
building
is
up to
about.
with all this Lex stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all the Lex stuff. I think that's the one thing that's been held back. Really, is how much he really plays a part in putting them against each other.
Okay.
And again, that's why he's a major villain. That's why he's a viable threat because he
would
can do that.
I'm a big fan of trailers that have stuff in the trailer that is not actually in the movie because it gets you excited and doesn't give away anything.
Interesting.
I would
Sometimes
love to do
some
that.
people feel very betrayed by like that. That was a
I
big thing
don't.
with Fantastic
I hate
Four.
that. I feel
hate
very
that
there was a lot of that
stuff.
Because when that happens, you feel like I missed something or
Yeah.
something didn't work. Where is it?
Well, here's the thing.
Why
I'm-
would you want? I don't understand
So
why they would
my
want
point
to do
is,
that.
for a comedy film, for example, I hate when a movie trailer gives away the best jokes. Like when I made my film, the entire trailer was not part of the film just because I wanted you to be, I want to see this. And then that way no jokes were given away. Maybe different for an action.
No, that's a good point. But I will say, did you see what was it? The Neighbors. There was
Yeah.
a great scene in that was not in the movie, and I was waiting for it the entire movie.
But he's got a great point. Deadpool just did a great thing like that. Like showing Deadpool in the chair talking to the audiences.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a trailer. It's not from a movie.
The point
But
of the
that
trailer
fits
is
that.
get you to want to see the film. I don't need to see things twice. Like get me excited, then that way everything's a surprise.
Bringing
That's
in the
my
chat a
opinion.
little bit, Matthew says a glimpse of Aquaman would be cool. Then there people are saying that, oh my God, Xeno Hour, Wonder Woman cooking dinner. Good night, everybody. Yeah, that's what we're gonna see in it. And then some people don't want to see see anything more. And some people are liking your idea of it being from Lex's side. So yeah,
I like that too. All right, couple more. Actually, plenty more things. Got to get rolling here. There is a rumor.
Wait, somebody said Jason Momoa didn't want to take off the Aquaman suit. Yeah, well, if I was born with his attributes, I probably wouldn't want to take that off either. Much like if I were Roxy Stryer, I wouldn't want to take off the Supergirl outfit. Roxy told me before that she was running around her house, hand to God, she doesn't know I'm going to say this, without her pants on in this outfit because I think there's a bottoms to it.
It's a swimsuit kind of thing. It's like a leotard.
It's a leotard. So just picture this. This happened just before.
Straight male roommates?
One straight, one gay.
You ever hook up with them?
Yeah, Hateful Eight gets 70 millimeter
Just making sure.
release on the 25th, and that's where I'm going to be.
Either
Sitting
way,
around
I
the
I
dome,
never had a girl
baby.
roommate. I couldn't.
I'll wear the outfit either way. Hey, Heroic Hollywood dropped some news or a rumor today, whatever you
You
want to
never
call
know
it.
with that guy. You never know with those kids.
Yes, involving the Queen of Atlantis.
Mira, yes.
So,
It kind of opened up an interesting thing on Twitter today. I was following that a little bit, and they were talking about. He kind of went on a little bit of a rant about how he's kind of, all these actors are always outright lying. The biggest one, if you haven't seen James Bond, big spoiler on that, but we kind of knew it would happen in that with the villain. Basically, him going.
I don't know what you're talking about because I didn't see the film, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
And that's
because I know
happened.
the thing.
Momoa saying he's not Aquaman, Marion Cotillard saying she's not Talia al Ghul.
Right.
Yeah.
And it basically came down to that's their livelihood. They could lose their job if they say, yes, I'm this person. So they're protecting themselves. The problem is you get scoopers like El Mayembe coming out scooping it, and then every reporter goes, "Oh, I got to ask this. I've got this junkie coming up. I'm going to ask the actor about it." It's the reporter's fault. You know the actor's not going to tell you.
Right.
Let's say I get cast in some big superhero movie.
God bless you,
And
I
I
hope you
can't
do.
talk about it. Reporter's like, well, what are you casting? Can you tell us? Come on, just for us. It's these
Yeah.
reporters
You have
that
to
are doing
carefully-
it.
that's
His
right.
job, these scoop hunters, they want it out there, the fans. We could speculate the hell out of it.
So where did this come from? Like, who did he?
El Mayembe said it's
he
a
was
report
founded.
that
He was
got.
he was doing his thing. He's got
so
his people.
is the reason you're saying this because there was a specific actor that is being
No.
questioned?
no,
about
it was
being
just
Mira?
kind of went into this big.
So it's
hole.
probably not cast yet.
No.
It makes sense. It's
Someone
would
said
think
Chastain.
Well, I
Jessica
saw
Chastain?
somebody on Twitter said like that was a fan casting.
Okay.
Jessica's there, no one else would play her. That's great casting. How would she look on Momoa's arm? Pretty good? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, she's great.
But again, we got to think outside the box. We're thinking red
Yeah.
hair. It doesn't matter to me. The hair color and age, an actor's true age, and an actor's
Charlize
true.
Theron.
Oh,
Charlize Theron.
see
I like
now
that.
that's good.
Charlize Theron. You know why that's good?
I love
Because
her.
she's got the gravitas to go next to Momoa's presence, in my
Right.
opinion. Because she has such
To-
dynamism.
Yes,
I
and to
mean,
me,
she's such a
I
force.
think
wish
she's the most
fans-
talented
and
actress out there.
Yeah, if I could say to fans, it's just I wish they would stop looking at an actor's hair color and an actor's true age as in nope, they can't too young, too old.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Is it what they look like to play? Most actors, look at Tom Cruise. What, 52? He could play in his 40s.
Yeah,
You've been
it's true.
confirmed for Blue Beetle, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh, have I?
Yep.
It's actually a confirmation right now. You
Renee.
basically what you just said,
Breaking
like
news.
you couldn't speak about it. In a way, everybody knew
Well,
that was
they're
you telling
saying it.
us.
I can't say it, but they can. I'm going to bring up one more thing talk about people casting, and I saved it a while ago. Continue. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, so yeah, that's El Mayembe, and that's his.
Well, listen, if we're going to talk about it as a rumor, the idea of Atlantis being brought into a Justice League film and realizing, like, you know why this excites me? Think about how amazing Krypton looked in Man of Steel, and I want to see Snyder and company build another world like that. Like, I would love to see Zack Snyder's Atlantis. I just think
God.
that's going to be unbelievable.
That'd be great.
It's a way of going into outer space on our planet, essentially.
Well, sorry, I want to respond to what you just said, but going back to the Jessica Chastain thing, goddamn Zordon just said Jessica Chastain tweeted something good about Aquaman movie and that Nichols guy when he was rumored to be directing Aquaman. Is that where the Chastain thing started?
I think social media is becoming a hindrance because there was something recently came up about Walking Dead. The character Negan is coming
It's
on.
the character that Jeffrey Dean Morgan's going to be playing.
Right, but days before, I can't think his name is skipping now. He's on the Terminator TV show. That actor, he was in No Country for Old Men. He tweeted a picture of the novel in which Negan appears and go, time to do some reading. And it blew up the internet that this
Different
guy
actor.
Different actor.
Okay.
Help me out here, guys, if you're listening right now. He's a really good actor. It blew up, and I was like, oh my God, that is a perfect choice. And it was just him tweeting out about him reading. But he's a
Right.
famous actor, very talented actor. And days later, Jeffrey Dean Morgan cast it.
But couldn't he be one of like that crew? Like I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan represents like a new sort of contingent. I haven't read the book, so I'm not spoiling anything. But so maybe that other actor is part of his squad.
Maybe, but he wasn't.
The feeling I
this
got.
one character Negan that's coming on. We're all been
And
waiting
don't
for this
spoil
character.
anything. Like, I'm not asking for spoilers, but like, yes, you agree with me. Snyder's Atlantis will be awesome because that's the kind of visual.
Just gonna be ridiculous.
That's the kind of visual stuff that guy does crazily.
Garrett Dillahunt.
Okay.
Garrett, that was the actor that put this picture out.
There you go.
And fans took great because he's such a good actor. I was like, yes, perfect. 2 days later, Jeffrey Dean Morgan confirmed. So it's kind of
that
like
guy is great. Oh,
So-
that guy is great. He was on Justified.
Yes,
and
what did he- he would've been
He's
great in it.
awesome. I see what you mean.
but it's the
he's-
problem with social media. And I took a picture of this guy.
he
I don't
plays
even know
a
who he
great
is.
crazy.
This guy on Facebook, it became a sponsored link. I'm officially campaigning to audition for the DC Comics role of Green Lantern.
my
Please
God.
follow me in my journey and help me spread the word
Wait,
that
who's
I
doing
consider
this?
a role of a lifetime. DeMarc G. Thompson.
Who's that?
And I looked him up on IMDb. He has no credits.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So it's like social media, and it got out on my Facebook. I don't follow him. I don't know.
Wait, this has 19,000 likes.
Yes!
How does that happen?
And it's like, I looked up his IMDb and there was nothing there. I was like, how does this happen? And it's social media and don't go looking through my phone.
I'm not
here.
looking through your phone.
I don't know what you're going to see there.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's that
So
that moment
it's
of panic.
wow.
Well, listen,
But I'm just saying, it's like, hey, good luck to the guy and good for him for the machismo to go for it. But I'm like, social media and 19,000 likes.
I can relate.
only
those.
one of them need to be a casting director.
But I'm like,
I can also relate. I mean, it is hard to get in for things, so I guess whatever people got to do.
but social media, I
You're
have to
mad. You're mad at him.
No, I think we have to just step back. Like the Garrett Dillahunt, I was on board. I was like, yes, this guy's fantastic. And I was like, oh, let down. Now Jeffrey D. Morgan, I'm kind of like, oh,
But
all
you know,
right.
to get back to that other thing, like Jessica Chastain and in the box, like those people like Jessica Chastain, she's like the top 5 names that people will list anymore. Like she's going
That's
to be
the problem in
considered for the
Hollywood.
role,
It's the
whether or
problem in
not,
Hollywood.
whether it's a fit or not. She's definitely going to be
Grammy knows
approached.
her. Yeah.
There we
Grammy
go.
knows her, yeah.
Grammy knows it. That means she's famous. We got a lot more to go and
gosh,
not a
I'm
ton of
sorry.
time.
Okay, let's do it.
Lego Batman. We speak about rumors. Apparently, this is really a thing.
Yeah. What is the?
Yeah, we don't
deal
need to spend a
here?
lot of time talking about this.
We
one.
have a Commissioner Gordon, and it's Mariah Carey.
I thought she was the
No,
mayor.
we thought that she was going to be Commissioner Gordon. She's not.
She's not.
Commissioner Gordon anymore. She's
What?
mayor,
Mayor.
and.
Oh, I
that-
thought she was Gordon. Okay.
No, that was confirmed, and then it was denied, and then it was moved over to her
I
being the mayor.
thought-
Yeah.
I think no matter what, this is just so strange to me.
Kudos to those guys for casting a trans Gordon, but I guess that's not happening now.
My only guess is the mayor's going to hit the high note, and that they think there's going to be a fun joke in there.
Okay.
Why else would you cast Mariah Carey?
I guess,
You-
yeah.
You don't need her to promote
Big
the
fans
film.
of Glimmer?
Maybe her kids
Is
played
that
it.
the film
Is that what it's
Glimmer
called?
or is it
Shimmer?
Glitter?
That was it.
Glitter.
Shimmer.
Damn it!
What is
Glitter.
The
glitter?
joke doesn't work if you get the movie name wrong, Adam.
Glimmer.
No, it's glitter.
Glitter.
Oh.
See?
Was it
Glimmer
Showgirls?
Man. That's short.
It was Showgirls.
Seagal. Glimmer Man.
What?
Seagal. Steven Seagal.
Yeah,
But
the
what does
Glimmer
that have
Man.
to do with it?
You were going
Nothing.
glimmer, shimmer,
Whoa!
titter. Whoa, my.
What have you guys just her boobs? Is
I
that
mean,
just
we-
what you're
Call me
wowing?
off guard. I'm
We've all
sorry.
seen Mariah. You know, it is what it is. I don't know.
Alright.
My guess is they just have one really awesome joke
Hardwired.
planned for the mayor and said, "Why not? Let's throw Mariah in there."
Maybe the mayor is like always
Maybe her
singing
kids
or
are
something.
fans, and she
Yeah.
talked to the people and was like, "Hey, is there anything for me in there?"
Maybe.
What? It's
got fans.
fine. It's totally
It's
fine.
a goofy
just
movie, so
interesting.
why not? What
Okay,
the
so
hell?
let's move on. We
All
all
right,
we
the
love it.
Duplass brothers. They actually they got asked the Writers Guild of America panel. A moderator asked what they would do if they were approached by a DC or Marvel for a film, and they said, "We have been." They didn't say who, DC or Marvel, but
Right.
they said, "We have been approached." We said no. The thing that happens when you sign on to a $180 million movie is that movie is not a movie; it's a commodity. We're
Right.
not in that business, and
Yeah.
good for them.
I bet it's Marvel.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Well, it's not just that. It's like their approach seems to be getting really talented, smaller filmmakers like these. Because here's the thing with Marvel, and this is not a negative, guys. I think it's a positive. I like the product that Marvel
It's
makes.
all love.
When they start making Doctor Strange, right? Everyone's like Scott Derrickson, like, dude, guess what? There's already a huge VFX team working on the big set pieces and everything. Like,
Yeah,
it's not everything from Scott Derrickson's vision. Like, they already know a lot of the big parts of the movie. The reason they get these super talented, lesser known, more affordable
Look
talent
at the Russo brothers.
is because
Oh my God,
listen,
they turn out the best film,
What
in my
Marvel
opinion.
realizes is that these huge set pieces will only hit emotionally if you get all the character beats
Yeah.
and you tie them together. You have those moments where you look at Captain America's notepad, those little exchanges, the scene in the elevator. Those things make the giant helicarrier scenes hit home. So the Duplass brothers, they're both actors in their own right. They're both, one's on Transparent, one's been on The League for years. careers, and they also do a ton of these own independent films. They're remarkably prolific.
And they have control. Like there's a lot to this. When peace of mind is huge.
I totally get it.
Okay.
I totally get the fact that they were approached.
Yeah.
I bet it was by Marvel, just because
Probably.
Marvel seems to have, they're more together with it at this point, and it doesn't surprise me that they said no. We've seen a lot of big names walk off these films already.
You got to remember, look, they both have amazing careers, and they have a lot of power in their careers because they have control over their own projects, and that's a lot. When you have that freedom, stick to it.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. sometimes.
Exactly. Like someone like Zack Snyder likes to make these kinds of films. These are the films that he wants to make. He wants to make huge, spectacular films.
See, a film is a huge commitment. It's a couple years out of your life.
Especially these kinds of films.
Yeah, and it's like, do you want to be stuck doing that?
Doing something that's
You
not
gotta love
completely
it.
your vision.
You gotta love it.
No doubt. Speaking of loving it, I really dug the Batman Bad Blood trailer. It dropped just a day or two ago, so find it on YouTube. You got new editions, Batwoman and Batwing. It's available in digital HD January 19th and on Blu-ray February 2nd. It's a really cool trailer.
What do you guys think of the trailer?
I'm waiting. It's
Really
like
liked
that it's coming out so late. Usually they do 3 a year.
Yeah.
But this past year they spaced them really weird. They hit Atlantis, Throne of Atlantis, and then they came out with Batman vs. Robin really quickly,
Right.
and Justice League Gods and Monsters hit really fast. They usually space it
That
out
was
like
my
every
favorite
4
of the year.
months.
Gods
Now
and
it's a
Monsters
long
are
time to wait
so
to
good.
January.
Now it's a long time to wait till that one.
How
Bad
good was
Blood's
Gods
gonna
and
You'll make
Monsters,
it.
man?
Gods and Monsters really good.
This Bad Blood's going to be good.
Bad Blood looks cool. My favorite thing about the trailer is seeing Dick Grayson with the yellow Target logo, man.
Yeah.
It brought me back to some
No,
like Jim
it's-
Aparo art, from like the 90s.
I love
like,
they were talking about the Batwing in it, or the character introduced. His
Character
suit
Batwing,
is a precursor to Terry McGinnis's,
which is
Batman
cool.
Beyond suit.
You told me that. I
Yeah.
thought that's wild.
And if you're watching that trailer, it's like you could see where they would eventually go into the Terry McGinnis suit.
That is really
it's
cool.
kinda cool.
I like that story connecting because didn't we when the Batman Forever show was on, or Batman. Wait, it was Batman. No, not Batman Forever. I'm blanking. What was the name of the show? Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
When that show was on, they showed how old Bruce Wayne was in that suit for a
And
while.
it was like it was kind of like a prologue at the beginning of the very
Yes.
first pilot.
Great episode. Great ep.
Great ep and great stuff so far, but it's that time again as Roxy Stryer has a smile on her face.
I don't
Ladies
know
and
what
gentlemen,
this could mean.
it's now.
Whatever you're gonna do
It's
right.
time
Oh
for
no!
Roxy
What?
Stryer.
This is it.
Every time, sing along with me this round.
Roxy Strire's TV time.
She thinks that the Flash is fine.
DC movie news, it's time to talk.
TV time.
Shout out to M. Volmar Music
You
for that
never
lovely
chime
jingle.
in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not your favorite on the, or at least I'm probably your least favorite on the panel, but I chimed in.
You're
one of the
making your way
favorites.
up. Yeah,
At
you're one of
least
my
number
3
2 or
favorite
3.
guys in the room.
Number
Boom.
2,
Got
3,
it.
yeah.
I am never at the top of any girl's list. It sucks. I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm accepting
being
it.
the top is overrated.
We don't
Nah,
have time. We don't have time to deal with it right now. We don't have time. We have things to talk about. Johnny, what do you want to start with, man?
I mean, you got to enter the Zoom. Go ahead.
Okay. So, did we all watch Flash this week?
Yeah, we're gonna talk,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna
let's talk
probably lose
about
some
the
more
shows.
fans again
Let's
when we
talk
talk
about
about
the
Flash.
shows.
Why, you didn't like the episode this week?
To me, Flash, I don't know. It's just losing me.
Okay.
And I think every episode, it always builds to the
It's a
last
safe
5
place.
minutes, and it's a cool effects
Cool
fight
ass
sequence
last
at the
fight,
end.
yeah.
Every episode is doing this. It's following this mold.
I'm with you that I thought it was a cool episode, but now I'm with you, or I'm against you. I thought it was a cool episode, but now what you're saying is kind of right. Because, like, for me, there were some times I remember watching during the episode, I was like, all right, that's whatever. But when you had that ending sequence, when
Yeah.
you had Zoom,
Yeah, it
and when
got
he's
ya.
doing a tour with Barry Allen as a freaking bloody rag
It
doll,
was so good.
it was one of the coolest things
Because I was
ever.
affected. I was affected by it.
Yes.
It was
Right, but
horrible.
I
felt
think,
dangerous.
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's, and I know the writers are doing this on purpose. Barry Allen is very unlikable to me this season. He's kind of a jerk.
But you know who's not? I love. I don't know the actress name playing Patty.
Patty Spivot.
Yeah.
Like
she's so
she's
good coming over
look.
from
It's Melissa Benoist, who's just amazing as Supergirl. Everything she does is adorable and likable, and like Patty's like right there. Like, damn,
Yeah.
you're good at what you
They're-
do.
I agree with you. I
Their
think that's a great
scenes-
choice, though, to make him a little less than likable.
And it's a choice, and they're doing that. So I'm like, but it doesn't. Like, I miss Jay already. I like Jay. I hate
Why
it.
did he leave again?
Because
What?
it was bad. He was just like, you're not gonna listen to me. I'm out. And I'm just
Okay,
like,
but he'll be back.
He'll be back.
Because now we got it's spoilers.
But
spoilers. We
the
have a
Patty
potentially
scenes with
paraplegic Barry Allen.
They're
What? The ending. Oh my god. I I don't even know where we're gonna go from here. I don't know where we're gonna go.
Okay, but listen, let's talk about this. We've seen episode pictures from the Gorilla Grodd episode coming up, and we've seen Barry's in a wheelchair. I don't think we're seeing Barry running for a couple episodes, although he's healing fast.
Okay.
We do see
he couldn't
Harrison
feel his
Wells.
legs.
He couldn't feel his legs, and he's in a wheelchair. And from the trailer, it looks like he's in a wheelchair. I don't have my speed yet. I bet he gets a little sensation in the leg next week.
Yeah, he'll be
But
back running soon.
What about Harrison Wells in the Reverse Flash outfit? What could that mean? Pictures were released in the Grodd episode.
Okay.
What could that mean?
Now,
You don't even know which one.
maybe
You
people
don't-
listening can help me because growing up, the Flash was one of my comics I read, but I always thought Zoom and Reverse Flash were one and the same.
They have been. They
Okay,
have
because
been.
I was like, I didn't want to talk to some of the fans online and go, am I not thinking about it? But I always thought Zoom and Reverse Flash, it was Professor Zoom was Reverse Flash. I don't get this, what's going on now.
I had a hard time with that at first too,
Yeah,
but
I'm not.
It feels like a totally different entity here, and because we know that the Zoom
They
comes
just
from the
needed another
same
speedster?
Earth that Harrison Wells is from.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like the alternate Eobard Thawne, and Eobard Thawne, and then he just became that. I love the look of it. I think it is a little. It's
Okay.
interesting that they all have to have
The
a lightning
look
bolt
to me,
on their chest.
I do not like his Zoom's look. I'm like,
oh,
okay, so did he make the mask? Did he cut it?
Exactly,
And stitch the,
exactly.
I mean,
or
it's
was
the
it because
logic
he
behind
ran and it like warped his face? It's like
Yeah.
he didn't sit in his evil lair carving the little
do you
marks
think
on
that
his
about
face.
all villains
I
that wear
am
masks?
a geek to the extreme. I overanalyze. I do everything. I screenshot and I pause and go forward. So Roxy, you should know this about
If
me.
that's his only
maybe
goal-
maybe that's why
Yeah.
I'm on No Girls Top
No,
What were you
One.
saying, Johnny? Johnny, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, did he spend the? Yeah, his
Did
wife
he?
died, and he's pissed off.
Okay.
What else is he doing?
Hey, I'm on board. Cool.
there you
But
go.
listen, I originally it was kind of explained to me more of like a Venom kind of character, and I thought the suit was going to continue to be more malleable.
Okay.
So then when we saw last week, it wasn't really like that. But that's the thing. I thought it was more of an organic suit, which I was really excited
doesn't
for.
seem like it's that.
Doesn't really. But I really like the fight a lot. And one of the other things I liked about this episode is like there's a parallel with Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl. How like the hero seems to have a team, right? I like the way
Ooh.
Flash uses the team very much.
Thank
And I
you.
like the zero gravity point in their fight when they were like, all right, when we're falling at the same rate of speed because that's it. I like pulling in those little bits of physics and things into it.
Because
Like,
he's smart.
Yeah.
well, I mean, it makes the audience feel smarter. I'm not smart, but it makes they give you a little fact, and then we see it played out.
I didn't
And
want-
that's smart writing. That's cool.
I don't want to pull Linda into the team, though. I don't feel like she was ready to be part
Thank
of the
you.
team. I had an issue with that, but I did love this episode. I think that they did a great job. And that ending part, when you're invoking those emotions
course,
from me
it-
for this kind of show, it's like, I felt for him.
And they
I
got great
felt for the
writing. I'm
whole
not saying
team.
that. I just think, what happened to this superhero with the secret identity? I was watching Arrow and I watched Flash. I watched 4
Yeah.
episodes together last night.
Yeah.
I miss the running behind things to change and
Mm-hmm.
having to lie to people. Both shows, there's teams that know that. Team
Yeah.
Arrow, Team Flash, and they
Yeah.
call themselves that. And I miss the one lone hero not being able to tell a secret to anyone. And
I
he's
do.
having
I agree.
trouble, and
I
I
agree.
miss that.
A lot of people in the chat want us to know that Professor Zoom is the reverse Flash as opposed to Zoom, which is not necessarily Professor Zoom. And
There you go.
There was a
We're
change
missing-
there.
yeah,
Well,
it's-
I mean,
it's
also
really
the
it's one character that's had a common mythology.
yeah.
It's been pulled apart to have more really big villains on the
Yeah.
show. I
A
think
lot
is the reality.
of people are wondering who's the man under the mask. There's theories that it's Barry Allen from
I
Earth
saw
2.
a
There's
great-
theories that it's Henry.
Oh,
I saw
Barry Allen, that's
someone.
a good
Someone
theory.
took a shot of it and they molded it out and put Henry, in there,
yeah,
and
it
the
looked,
eyes were the same.
I know.
Wait, but you know, oh, you mean the father?
Yeah.
But you know what? Barry would make sense too because it's
Sure.
like if he had the same thing where his mother was killed and he goes the other way, like he goes down the dark side path. I guess that makes a lot of sense,
Yeah,
right?
but he would have had to have bulked up quite a bit on Earth too.
Yeah,
Well, you'd get some supplements.
but his dad is big.
Yeah, his
That's
dad is
big guy.
big.
That would be
It looked
interesting.
like it,
and
yeah.
I have been calling for. I really
I
want
want
to
him
see
to show
him
up
in
in
the
that
suit
suit.
so bad
Me
because
too.
I
I
want
love
that
the
suit.
suit from the '90s.
All right, we don't have any more time for
Okay.
Flash
We gotta
stuff.
go.
Real quick, Spatty Spivet. I love
Yeah, I
the scenes
love
with
her.
them. The
By-
love scenes.
By the way, her name is Chantel Van Sant.
There you go. Everyone in
Chantel
chat roll
Benson.
saying she's too
I-
perfect. She's gonna die. Anyway.
Okay, what do you guys think? What about Arrow? We're gonna talk Arrow.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Ratings are tanking.
That show's tanking.
Not really tanking.
And Flash's ratings are doing really, really well.
I think
Yeah.
because they did so well out of the gate.
Do you guys want to know the ratings lowdown? I kind of did a little analysis today.
Go for it.
Okay, so Supergirl's ratings, well, you know, they were like 15 million. They were 19 millions with the +7 DVR. Then they dropped to about 12 million, and then they have a 1.8 In the Target demo, 1.8 rating,
Was it
which is 18 to 49,
Okay.
which is really what you're looking at. So 1.8 as opposed to Gotham, which has got a 1.4, but about half the amount of viewers. Okay, so, but really what they're looking at is the Target demo. The Flash last week had a 1.5 in the Target demo. Okay, so Supergirl's still a little bit higher, but on a much, much, much more watched network.
Yeah.
So Flash's 1.5 is an enormous
For
number.
CW, it's huge.
Arrow is coming in about a 1.0 in the Target demo, which is still really, really big for CW. So it is going down. It also didn't have the lead in it had of Big Bang Theory, which is one of the most watched shows on television that it did the first week.
Yeah.
It also had all the advertising of the first week. You also had Monday Night Football, which you're going to be competing against. And the fact that you have a 1.45 on Gotham and a 1.8 on Supergirl is telling you that, to me at least, it looks like the Target demo is splitting between those shows.
Yeah.
And I got to say, for me personally, I think I liked Gotham better this week.
I mean, I really did enjoy Supergirl this week, but to be honest, Gotham was pretty badass.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
think
nice
Gotham-
day for
I put
white
it-
weddings.
She is just batshit.
As much as I hated her last
So
season,
cute,
she's
though.
damn good this
She
season.
is, yeah, she's awesome.
I didn't like her in the scene in the jail, but I liked her in the scene in the church. You know,
The
it was
scene in
very
the church, she
inconsistent.
killed it. I thought she was great.
My top 5 this week were like Flash was number 1, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., believe it or not, was number 2 because they've got a transforming monster superhero on it, and it's finally a fun superhero show this
Yeah.
season. It's the best season of that show. Number 3 might have been Gotham and Arrow kind of neck and neck, and Supergirl it's just not grabbing me yet. You know, it's just not grabbing me. I don't think it's a bad
rumor,
show.
I believe they're bringing in Bizarro, but it's going to be female.
Oh, did you see that Superman was actually on this last episode?
I saw. Yeah,
he was on.
Yeah,
And did that effect like not look as? Was it me or did that not look not as good as like some of the Flash effects?
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, the thing that
was
got
his
me,
butt.
the thing that got me at the end was the Doogie Howser moment. Computer
With Clark?
Yeah.
They can't talk. I mean, like what? This is the problem with Supergirl. Is like, listen, it all strains credulity. We're talking about superhero shows, but they have to go so far out of the way to explain the logic of the world. So I find it's the hardest for me to get caught up into.
Right.
But she's so good though.
She's great.
Like
she's
she,
totally
honest to
likable.
God, the show is worth watching just for her. And Calista Flockhart's fantastic.
What I think is interesting is there are
Yeah.
people in the chat right now who are sticking up for each one of these shows.
I know, it's very split. They all have
But
their
hey,
own.
I think that's fantastic.
That's
Yeah,
the beautiful
me
thing
too.
is that everything's subjective and people are going to like what they like. I mean, I've watched Gotham and I've enjoyed it more than most have.
Yeah,
So-
I can't. I've tried with Gotham. I really.
And I keep
But I'm
sticking
not gonna talk
to
bad
it,
about it.
but it keeps coming because it's so over the top. But then it's really violent, which I appreciate. I kind of like the Bruce Wayne character, and it's like the parts are better than the whole with me for Gotham. With Supergirl, I feel like it's just a case of look, I'm already been there and done it so much with Arrow and Flash that it's not different or special enough to make me want to spend more time doing it. Now it's just like I'm
Yeah.
spending so much time watching these shows.
To be honest, I'm not finding Jimmy Olsen that likable either. Like when you don't step in on a dance, bro. Wait till the song's over.
I love
Listen,
him.
the
I
thing with
love
Jimmy
him.
Olsen, I think that actor is great. I loved Eggs
Me
on
too.
True Blood and everything. It's not even a different interpretation of the character. It's a totally different character with the same name as Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see what he has in common with Jimmy Olsen from the comics at all. And I'm not talking about race here. I mean, it's just a totally different character.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't look at color. I'm just saying like you don't step in on a dance. Wait till the song's over.
And
It's such
you
a
know, and
bad
for
friend
Supergirl, who's
move.
supposed to be super empowered and everything, and empowered, like she is such a girly girl, tripping
it's-
over herself.
Yeah. Okay.
But look, parts
To
look,
each their own.
To each their own. If you like it, I am really
I guess
looking
I'm the
forward to Jessica
minority with-
Jones, though. You got to say, if you want a female-led, interesting show, take a look at
I'm a
Jessica Jones.
minority.
I know it's
Arrow's
Marvel,
Arrow's
but
my top one.
Well,
Arrow's my
lastly,
Arrow's your top one, more than
really,
Flash.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You
See,
liked
to
Arrow
me-
in this week?
It's what I gravitate towards.
Yeah, I thought that Arrow. I think Arrow's
This
very
week, no.
consistent.
This week, Arrow was no. This was its.
I was just gonna. I think it's very
episode.
consistent, but I didn't. By the end of the episode, I was just like, I don't even really. I
This
don't really
last
wanna-
episode, because they had to set it up
What's
because they
going on?
had to
Felicity
set up.
stuff?
The Felicity stuff came back and it trended like huge.
Yeah.
Felicity trended, so it was like you knew, and they had to get Ray and Sarah off that show and onto Legends.
Yeah.
That's what that episode was setting.
Exactly.
What was
breaking
the
news
deal?
from our friend Comic Zeros. Apparently, Aquaman is a new writer. We'll get on that next week when we know more information. So there you go.
Aquaman is a new writer. Who was the previous writer?
David Leslie Johnson apparently has been hired to write Aquaman.
Okay. Oh,
So-
was there a previous person attached? I was just thinking Fuchs, but that was actually Wonder Woman.
No, that's Wonder Woman.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last piece of news for the week. Max Landis has released Superman American Alien #1. It's going to be a 7-issue series. Episode 1 dropped this week. Issue 1 dropped this week. It's focused on Clark Kent and basically a regular, like just growing up as Clark Kent and like struggling with the whole confusion he has and stuff like that. So it's getting really good reviews.
I will say, because you mentioned the Aquaman thing, though, his name is David Leslie Johnson, who's been hired to write Aquaman, and it was published by Hollywood Reporter a couple minutes ago.
Oh,
boom.
Very cool.
So,
up to
And
date.
James
up to
Wan
minute.
is the director, as we
Not
know,
Justin
so-
Lin.
Not Justin
Yeah.
Lin. As I will say about American Alien, this is one thing, and I don't know if you guys think this is a good thing or not, but it seems like the best story DC is telling these days, or when they get good talent and say like, yeah, don't worry about the continuity stuff, just tell a good story. Their continuity right now
In the
is
comics?
Yeah, it's in the garbage.
I hate to say this, but my books recently have been nailing Marvel. Marvel's comics lately, they've done this whole all new thing, and I want to get on board.
How
so
is the continuity? Is it tight? Is it
Well, the
followable?
problem is it's going to be great, and then 12 issues from now they'll cancel and start something
Right.
new. But they're Captain America, Falcon, Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and I forgot what just came out. Inhumans, they're so
Yeah.
good.
I have a bunch of.
DC is
I have
killing
like the
me right
last
now.
4
Killing me.
Wonder Woman at home that I need to read, and the last 4 Green Lantern.
I miss Bruce Wayne in the suit. He's not in the suit. It's Gordon.
He
and it's
will
just-
be, he will
I
be.
know. DC's killing me right
To
now.
me, it's weird just that what they did to Gordon with like giving him that weird Macklemore haircut and shaking his beard away. It's like the same thing. It's
And
like
they
it's
said
not
he's
even
like
the same
45,
character.
and I'm just kind of like, Gordon's
De-aged him.
Yeah,
like,
just getting like,
oh,
I don't.
oh boy.
Yeah.
And they de-aged him and then gave him Mariah Carey's breasts, which I thought like in the comics like that was I didn't understand that choice, and I'm like he's still Gordon. He has no mustache. He's got Mariah Carey's breasts.
Bruce
he
finally
dresses
hooks up
up
with
like a robot. I mean,
Julie Madison
explain it to
finally.
me.
Yeah. I don't
Explain
know.
it to me.
Well, with that said, let us not forget this is our 1-year anniversary birthday celebration show, and like I said, Adam Gertler and King Famous did a song, and
did.
other people may do poems, but I'm going to do the only thing I know how to do, and I'm going to turn our show into a movie trailer.
Oh my god, I thought you were about to take your clothes off and
I
dance.
feel like he knows how to, yeah.
In a world where there were so many podcasts, web shows, and internet talking heads, the people of the universe were void of a show that gave them all their DC news that they so intensely desired. When the odds stacked against them due to other projects, scheduling conflicts, and, well, just having a lot of shit to do, a ragtag trio named Gertler, Stryer, and Quasto assembled a squad. No, not a Suicide Squad, but the DC Movie News Squad. Along their path of interwebs DC Universe domination, they came across a man in a squeaky leather jacket. A man with the looks of a DC superhero and the knowledge of a DC Comics creator. The man joined them in their quest, and he goes by the name of Kalinowski. Against all odds, they band together every single week to give you everything DC Universe related that you want, everything that you need, everything that you desire. So as the DC Movie News Show turns 1 year old today, we have one question for you. Do you watch? You will.
I got goosebumps.
And I take it back.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thank you.
Chills.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pretty good.
Were there visuals to that, or was that just the pulse line there? Was that the visual?
Oh,
that
that's
everybody
just the music.
Okay.
Oh
Just
my
the
gosh.
music. But that's the pulse of my
Yeah,
heart.
there.
It is the pulse of my heart.
So
You have
what I'm
Mike
saying is
crying.
like,
Do you know that?
misty-eyed there, man.
so somebody
Oh,
can
God.
take that audio and
Oh,
then they
buddy.
can feel free to like make their own trailer with it, like with all
Oh,
kinds of DC
fan art
movie news
stuff.
Oh my
footage.
god, if
Yeah.
you take that and make a trailer, by God.
I feel like that's what you just laid out there. You're like, here, build your own trailer. Here's the audio track.
You did the thing with like what Jean-Claude Van Damme did, where he like took a green screen, put himself in front of it, and did like karate moves. And people are making their own movie with
People
it.
are
Did he do that?
freaking
Oh,
out
Van
in
Damme
the
did.
chat right now. Oh my god.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. Thanks, everyone.
Bravissimo!
Thanks,
Look at that
everyone.
guy. That's awesome.
Thank you. You're the best,
Appreciate
Johnny.
that. I'm gonna clip that out. It was a lot of fun. So that's it. That's the episode.
Anyone-
Hot damn.
I feel it was
Anyone
such
remember the spray tan in Robo? Go back.
Oh my god, that was awful. That smell was vile.
That was a pretty good moment.
Oh my
spray
god.
tan?
I had a spray
Well.
tan, and I couldn't shower it off, so I came in with my spray tan as it was like still going. It was so bad.
I just had
and it was
such
in like
memory.
that smaller studio. We were in like a box. It was tough.
Adam Gertler, put yourself over.
Oh, well, thank you very much. You can follow me at Adam Gertler on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm hosting Man vs. Child on FYI Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Occasionally FX Movie Download movies on Friday nights. Go to any Doghouse restaurant and put my meat in your mouth.
Oh God, that was worse than the way I started.
Follow
the
that,
episode.
Roxy. Go.
I'm Roxy Stryer. You can find me everywhere at Roxy Stryer, and it was just announced by Screen Junkies that I have a new show on Screen Junkies.
Yeah!
Thanks, guys. It's called
Can I
TV
say-
Fights. Yeah, you can in a second. It's called
I'm
TV
on
Fights.
it.
Yeah, but let me just finish it, and
sorry,
then you can
sorry.
talk about you.
Sorry.
It's called TV Fights, and it is going live. The first episode is live on this coming Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. They're giving away the Screen Junkies Plus subscription for 3 months for free.
Hey.
So make sure you sign up, and you'll get it for free for 3 months. And yes, I had Johnny LaQuasto on. He was amazing. You guys will get to see how he did. But every other show is going live from here forth. Out.
Mike Kalinowski.
I just want to say thank you guys, because you guys have welcomed me to your guys' family here. And you guys, the fans, I know I kind of butted heads a little bit last week with
It's
some of the fans
okay.
online.
It's okay.
But I love that. I love an open conversation, because we all just do this because we love it, and you guys are fans. Shout out really to Eggy. Eggsy's name is out in England. He's always talking to me every single day. So I want to shout out to this guy. He's like, wakes me up and he's like, hey, Mike, have a good day today.
Heck
And
yeah.
do you have a good day?
I do. It makes my smile. And also for LEM, Epilepsy Awareness Month, she wanted me to talk about. just
Oh,
kinda
that's
get it
right.
out
Yes,
there.
yes, 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 yes.
So to you guys, that it's an important cause, and kind of look it up. But this month is in regards to that. So again, I'm at Mike Kalinowski. You guys are the best, man. Fans out there. So thank you.
All right.
And we can't thank you guys enough. At Jay Quasto, the Whistle Sports Epic Tour. We are in Boston, not this weekend, but next weekend. And then the weekend after that, we're going to be in Canada, Winnipeg, for the Canadian Football League Championship. It's going to be 90 degrees below zero. I cannot wait. But please go to Whistle Sports' YouTube page, support the show, and just keep watching. Our first episode's at almost 250,000 views. So I'm really excited, very
Yeah,
proud.
boy.
Yeah, very proud of the show. So yeah, that said, at Whistle Sports, at Jay Quasto, and we thank you guys so much. This is a passion project of ours, and we've done it for a whole year, and we're gonna keep on rolling, and we're eventually gonna have an actual movie we can go watch. So,
yeah. How many more months?
Someday
Like about
we'll.
5 more months, a little less?
thanks everybody. We love
Bye.
you.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Whitworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.